Alright, welcome back to One Punch Man Anime Review, episode number 32. We're here reviewing the 27th episode series, Organism Limits. And on the app anyways, it's chapter 218, but in Japan it's 225. So, this episode, the rest of chapter, in Japan, it says 89 for the chapter itself. On the app, it's actually chapter 86, pages 3158, and chapter 90 for Japan, which in the US, on this app, it's actually chapter 87. The first 71 out of 100 pages. Has anybody ever heard of a manga chapter being 100 pages? That's like equivalent almost an entire graphic novel volume. And you're like, damn, that's a lot of pages. It certainly is. Well, we start with Zombie Man talking to the remains of House of Evolution. Mentioned, oh, yeah, House of Evolution's gone. And the guy in charge of it, per se, first time anybody's seen him since the beginning of season 1 of the show back in 2012 that we've seen this character. Now, I'm not sure which episode basically it is, because I've been hearing a lot of whining and complaining about the animation. For the most part, for this episode, it's not bad. I don't hate the animation for this episode. Like, it doesn't feel as bad. It flows very nicely, from what I can tell anyways. That, or the fact when Hulu gets their hands on it, because I'm sure people will be playing on the official sources, per se. But the thing is, I've been hearing, oh, the animation's bad, that it's getting terrible reviews online. And so far, what I've seen 3 episodes in, the animation, I'm not sure what the heck people are talking about. Like, what episode is it that has the terrible animation? Because this episode, it looks fine. It looks like normal One Punch Man animation. So, Zombie intends to use basically an axe. Apparently he was a former experiment of the House of Evolution. He was Subject 66, and they chatted for a little bit. Oh yeah, Mitchell, why Terror House? Because the guy grows octopus limbs. And that's it for him the whole episode. So, excuse me. Now you come to, there's stuff going on with Gero the Hero Killer. He fights the King Rippers and the Insect King, and they fight for quite a while. And then, like, this blob guy takes the kid who's like a acquaintance of his hostage, and the King of Rippers proceed to presumably kill Gero the Hero Killer, and they go back, reported to the advisor to the Monster King, and the kid is offered for torture. Well, he's basically taken to a cell. On the way there, they run into the guy who is from a certain organization, sent to help out the Monster Association. He has a piece of Metal Knight. And this kid is an expert on heroes. In a way, you could say he's a kid version of Deku in a way, except that he's not like over the top. He's not taking notes. He just remembers from the book. So he meets the kid who was kidnapped last season for the show, who is still in this freaking jail cell, which, in terms of basically people last saw him, that was freaking 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago when they aired season 2 of the show. And the complaint for that one, the complaint I had heard about season 2 of why people didn't like it very much, because from their perspective, when they watched season, it was a dip in animation. And I've seen season 2. I watched it when it first aired. I watched it sub and dubbed. For it, I had no choice but to watch it sub. And I made sure to watch it this time. Because of how King looks. And I'm like, he doesn't look much different than he did when Madhouse drew him. There are people online who are just really wanted One Piece to be animated by Madhouse. And I have to say this probably again about this. People complain about the animation. You know that this show is basically the people who act people in charge of all anime shows are run by a committee. And it was probably their decision to go with JC's staff because Madhouse passed on it. You were mad at Madhouse for passing the show? Fine. But don't yell at the animators. It could be also the fact some episodes are not getting enough money. So there's that. So then the kid like, oh yeah, he informed basically what's going on with their heroes, and then that portion of the episode ends with basically like something's gonna happen. And meanwhile though, at Saitama's apartment, Genos is wondering where the heck Saitama is, and still bringing his brother there, and then eventually like then Saitama's there. He arrives because he's depressed because he lost his wallet. And then Buzzer shows up with a cabbage. And then, of course, King is set up because he's the only hero not injured. Because even if the guy, basically, the whole reputation related to him. Of course, he has tried to explain the whole thing of him being the world's strongest hero is nothing more than an exaggerated lie. He has tried his damnedest because it's actually Saitama doing all this stuff. And the thing is, now, Saitama at first was a little upset with him basically taking credit for stuff he did, but King explained to him this, that it's other people giving him credit. He himself is not claiming at all. He basically is a completely normal guy. He has no powers. He is not super strong. The whole claim is that he's the world's strongest superhero is nothing more than a big fat lie, so told by other people because he just happened to be nearby. And the monster turns out to be Genos' mechanic, the one who fixes his body. And also, Buzzer shows up too. She's mad about the fact that stuck with the bill, which of course she could pay it because basically she's a B-class hero, very high. I think she's like class B. I think it's like 2. I think it is 2 or 1. I think she's at that point. So, also she gave back his cabbage, make hot pot. Excuse me. And also, Genos' mechanic gives Saitama a big package of meat. This actually is a change to manga. You're like, really? Here's the thing. In the manga, you actually don't see the meat. It's in like in a package. In the anime, it's look like what you see in normal convenience store, normal like grocery stores, where it's like this clear package of this meat, and of course Buzz like, oh, it's like, am I wasting a whole thing on one meat? I would save it per se. I agree with her. You should save some of the meat, not use the whole thing in one pot. And like he tells everybody except for Genos basically to get out because party's over, and that's the episode. I gotta admit, basically, I did enjoy this episode. It was really good. And we have, and this is a confirmation about this, the fact this is going to be 12 episodes. Which, I saw them like, well, I'm not all that surprised, given the fact the first seasons were also 12 episodes apiece. So, as of now, we have exactly 9 more to go. So everything I watch right now, this is dealing with not wrapping up soon. And according to what I set on my calendar, this will not wrap up until early February of next year. Yes, seriously, not until February next year when it gets wrapped up. Yep, but we're not done just yet. Next up, basically, we have the newest chapter of the One Punch Man manga. Great contributions. The cover image is Olympian. Yep, this beautiful muscular woman's in the cover. So we start off with the remains of Z City, which was destroyed part of it, which was destroyed after this arc wrapped up. So like, yeah. So basically, Omnima's basically looking for him. I don't know who this is. He's like just running around, and of course he just runs to Genos. Because Saitama's going after him, he's like, halt, what are you doing? Demon Cyborg, who are you? Oh, you got away. Why'd you stop me? Yeah, and then of course that's finally. Name is Blue. I'm the leader of the Neo Heroes. Neo Heroes, I see. They would need to fight. Wait, you interrupt my hero work. Please answer a question. What's Cape Chrome Dome doing with iMask? I do not know. He is acting apart from the Hero Association's will. No one binds Master Saitama. What? Hey, doesn't that bother you? Aren't you S-Class hero? Say, wait. Yep. So, then, mentioned about the thing with the Blue and Frogman. Of course, they mentioned the whole thing with the Neo Heroes. And they go to Super Duck's Coffee, which is an obvious parody of Starbucks, which I thought that was kind of funny. We see a couple monsters from Association just hang out at the place. And there's a mention of when Saitama and Tornado, which is funny. And then he just happened to run the Saitama brings dog food. You are cheap. It's for a full-grown dog. But 4 months old. Now I gotta buy dog food. Trust him with that. And someone calls him out. It's like, Class A hero, the Bald Cape. Not Cape Baldy for some reason. They changed his name. I'm not sure why. We have come to recruit you as a candidate to be executive. Seriously? Saitama gets executive treatment? Are you from Neo Heroes? Yeah. And that's the chapter. So you're like reading this chapter like, okay. So I'm kind of like with this chapter like, okay, it seems like we do some new character, one new character. We see some returning character like Frog, like the Frog Hero. It doesn't seem like we get much happening over the course of this chapter. Not really. And the chapter just abruptly ends. I'm like, really? And by the way, this first chapter released in like 2 weeks. Yeah. First chapter released in 2 weeks now. Now, those of you curious, though, am I going to regular review every week of this one? I'll review it whenever the chapter comes out. Yes. Though, at least I'm coming longer now. Yes, I am. As for when in the world they're releasing our chapter, that I have no idea of when, per se. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much it for particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up we have is the Banished Court Magician aims to be his strongest. Get the next video. Bye.